What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when I post all of my tea talks. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's well, swell, thriving, and surviving, child. Whew. I'm making it. I'm making it. So I was so excited to hurry up and run over here, child. I want to do this as a bonfire so bad. So bad. But I did a bonfire last video, so I'm going to try to keep this one strictly what the treatment states. And I got a surprise for y'all at the end. So I'm not sure which channel I'm going to put it on, but I don't know. I may very well just put it in the Patreon community. I'm not sure just yet, but I needed to get out a video this week. Y'all know I needed to get out a video, alright? I try to at least push out one on top of all the other channels that I have. But needless to say, I am here. I have arrived, alright? So, by all means, get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is you sipping on. Get it and bring it close. Now, I may be, I'm fidgeting and shit, and it's only because I try to close the window at the same time and hit the camera button, but it was just like, wait, did you wait until I get up here and start talking. Go. Whew, when I tell you I need a break from him, it is long overdue, okay? So, the kids, they already, some of them back in school, alright? So, that's one. So, I know your AC bill is like, happy that you gave it a time to catch his breath, honey, because now they can go run the school's Vetco up and yours can come down some. Then on top of that, I was noticing the other day, I was like, why is it so fucking quiet around here? What's going on? I don't know about y'all, but in the biblical sense, I pay attention to shit like that. And then they were like, oh no, some of the kids went back to school. Say what? It's gonna get to a point. Didn't y'all just get out of school? And now y'all back in school? Child, y'all might as well just go year round. If you go year round, your crime rate will go down. I'm trying to tell you something that I know. I don't know where that came from. But needless to say, that's what's on the top of my mind right now. But needless to say, get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you're sipping on, get it and bring it close. Alright. Now. This tea talk that we need to have, we always look at things in a sense of negative, right? Something don't go our way, something that we want is reduced to as small as it can possibly be in relation to what it is that we really want. It can even be down to the science of, you just can't please everybody, right? And this can go for parents, because those are the first relationships that we develop, right? Our first set of relationships we develop as soon as we come out the canal is with our parents, correct? Okay. Hell, at least the nurses. Between the nurses and the parents, okay? There gotta be some type of trust built somewhere, because someone had to hand me off to somebody. I'm just saying. Someone had to hand me off, and someone had to know not to drop me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But needless to say, we have these times in life where you just seem as if, like, being isolated is a bad thing. And we feel like isolation can keep us from many a different thing. It's like it can keep us from harm, and it also can keep us safe. In the meantime, in between time, though we have an overlapping of both circles, we need to know what's on the what's in those two circles that are totally opposite, right? Because that's the thing about compare and contrast. We always gonna have some shit in common. However, it's what we don't have in common that sets us apart. So when we get to a place where we find separation to be overwhelming, and we feel like separation is to strain a relationship, to make things, you know, unnormal, there's a gift in all of that. Because needless to say, as time goes on and you learn to put yourself in a camp, right, in a community, in a group, you put yourself around surroundings and people and places and all healthy things, and you will find that when you put things in compartments, I did a video on this, you realize how some of it is to nurture you, to help you grow. And you'll be amazed at how much it is that you put in compartments and you slide back across the table. Because it's not for you to take on. It's not for you to accept and try to accommodate in your emotions, because someone doesn't want to take an accountability for something. Someone doesn't want to take responsibility and ownership of some shit. When you find that it's easier for you to just separate yourself versus you seem as if like you're being isolated from others, you will find there's a huge difference in your way of living. Let that marinate. Point B. Not even a point B. Hell, I'm still on point A. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot to take in for some, because it puts you in a place of feeling indifferent. Now you looking at the woods and trees around you and shit, and you don't see them as like, you know, fortitude to keep you away from people. Now you looking at it as all them damn trees. I wonder if that's city property or private property. Would someone know if I cut a, you know, big chunk of those trees down, make me a tree house somewhere? Or a cabin? Would they really know? You start thinking different. And it's all because at some point in time, you still, even in all of this happening, in all your healing, in all your understanding, in all your exploring and discovering and nurturing and motivating your mindset to change, okay, and all of this that's going on, you find there's still a point and place in all of this. You still have to continue to nurture yourself, continue to give yourself affirmations, okay? The only way for you to be able to deal with things and have a balance while doing it is you creating the rhythm of what you want your water to flow. Shit, come on now. Don't be out here talking about something you want to be surfing on the waves and you can damn near breaststroke. Come on. So we got to think about these things, okay? So I know myself, for an example, I wrote a whole memoir on this, okay? It's down in the church comments. Needless to say, my sequel to that book will literally not be nowhere near what my beginning was. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. It will not be how my beginning was. In the beginning, you know, I did not take into therapeutic consideration the things that I've learned because I did not know them. I was not exposed to them. I had to learn them along the way. And along the way, I learned that the stove was hot many times. But like I said, when it comes to you accepting what is yours to take accountability for and what's not for you to be responsible for, you will find that majority of the shit that you toss in the trash, bitch, in the trash, is not yours, as you should. But let me tell you what it's called, so then that way you know where we're going, right? For some of y'all know this is coffee in this cup, right? course y'all know it's coffee in this cup. It's always coffee in this cup. I don't want to pour it, but it's coffee, right? You saw, right? A person with nothing to hide will always be there standing with results. But for the ones, even, bitch, you can even smell it. Shout out to Folgers. I need an endorsement. Okay, how my student loan set up. Anyway, so we know it's coffee, right? The truth reveals in results. Now, this is my water jug, right? If these two are sitting side by side, and this could have been labeled with water, you know, and common sense is put my coffee in this cup. Say for instance, someone hauled off and said, all right, well, go ahead and give a refill, or go ahead and top my coffee off or whatever. Now mind you, I'm damn near done in this cup, but you see this cup sitting here, right? It ain't nothing in it right now. Ain't no water. I didn't purify no water today yet. Ain't nothing in this cup. However, this cup is empty. It has remains of coffee in it. Someone comes in here and tops my coffee off, but in this cup. A person who knows, you put it in this one, not this one, will know the difference. But someone who don't want to take some type of ownership, someone who don't want to take some type of accountability, someone who wants to people please, someone who just really just, I don't want to say sorry as hell, but literally in those words, will blame it on the fact of, oh, well, I didn't know you wanted me to put it in this cup because it looked like something was in it. This one looked clean. Don't blame it on the water jug that you couldn't figure out this was the coffee cup. You just sat there and said you saw some remains of something in here. What will make you not think it was top it off in this cup? Why are you blaming it on the water jug? The water jug ain't had shit to do with it. The water jug was literally just standing there, doing what it needed to do, its purpose. Stay empty and wait until I fill it. Instead, you decided to take it amongst yourself to assume versus you verify and confirm. It's okay. I can warm it up if it ain't warm. But I'd rather you confirm if you don't know versus you trying to find a way to get out of you taking accountability for you not paying a fuck attention. Excuse my emotion. But I had to really, you know. Look, y'all know I'm a theater graduate. It is what it is. But you see what I'm saying? They use this, the innocent, the literally paying no mind, paying no attention to what's going on. You put the blame on this one here because guess what? You didn't want to take accountability for the fact of you fucked up. Moving too fast, don't want to smell, ain't got no type of senses. Literally, that's your fault. So take accountability for it. Don't blame it on someone who ain't got shit to do with it. Another example. I'm going to keep it real with you now. Alright. I like to use my family as an example because that's probably all they worth. Alright. And so, growing up, compared to what I've learned about myself now in these days and times, and what is for me to accept, and then what it is for me to slide across the table. I don't care who across the table wants it. They can treat that shit like the bride's bouquet. You can either part like the Red Sea, or y'all all can look like y'all about to go into the NFL for tryouts. It does not matter. Either way you look at it, it is off me. A lot of the times I was abandoned. A lot of times I was neglected. A lot of the times I was not built up to be as confident as I am now. This did not come from a solid foundational home. All right. For years, people have literally told me, like, they assume that, like, yo, you strong, and you're boisterous, you're influential, everyone loves you. And I had no idea you was abandoned and neglected, and you had bad, awful things happen to you. You don't look like nothing you've been through. Yeah, because what I've been through helped build me. It helped build me. It helped my foundation to be strong, because I learned a lot. Because I knew the first time going through all of that, I knew I did not want that to be really what was me. It helped me in the becoming of who I am. I determined me a long time ago. Things in life may have, winded my perspective to look in a different direction or from a different perspective. At the end of the day, though, you can't pay me pennies to pay these people any mind on the street. As far as they go with me is examples, and they're examples so that way how I bring it up in conversations, and I bring it up with passion, because that's what it is. Like, I don't hold resentment with people in those early days how I used to, because I realized a lot of what I was putting into my bag for life was a lot of shit they should have been shoveling in their own. So when it comes to me feeling abandoned, neglected, and all that other type stuff, no, I was merely the scapegoat. And how I wrote it on the thumbnail is how you need to see it. Because there's going to be some times in life you're going to have disappointments. You're going to have relationships that don't work. You're going to have people that's going to make you feel indifferent about yourself. Let me just fuck all the fluff shit. The water, the coffee, that's great for kids, but y'all grown. So let me just keep it a buck with you. Okay? There's going to become times that's going to disappoint you, and it's going to probably harden a lot of your perspective and your mindset when it comes to being reliant on other people, having responsibilities, how hard you got to go to keep shit up just so you can have something to say that you account for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a lot these days to be able to say you got something to show for how hard you work. So how you feel on the inside is the driving force of how you can move in the midst of you needing and wanting something. That could be for yourself, that could be for your kids, that could be for your pets. It don't matter. The bottom line is, what's the driving force of these days and times to get you going, to keep you pumping, to keep you rolling, to keep you, ducking and dodging. You know that, right? But when time goes on and life just starts to reveal stuff to you, you realize sometimes being estranged, sometimes not being around, sometimes feeling as if like, you got to be one of them solo animals in the jungle, because there's a lot of animals that run around here that are solitary people on four legs. Tigers, leopards, you name it. So don't ever feel like you by yourself. And that's what I learned about myself. It's like, no, I'm not by myself. First of all, the Lord has always been my president, my Lord, my Savior, and my president. Okay. So with that being said, then I got my cat. Okay, little Mr. Puss in Boots. He'll give me 10 minutes to be down, and then he reminds me of my purpose, why I need to get up. Oh, me and him go back and forth like he on two legs, but let me tell you something. I'll hurt a rock for my child. And that's something my parents cannot ever say they did for me. So, as far as I'm concerned, you can keep all of your own issues that you need to sort out. Because clearly, with life and some of the things that I've had to do to stay alive and stay strong, I'm going to have to account for. I'm going to have to own up to. I'm going to have that responsibility, okay? And doing that, standing up and doing that, it doesn't make me strong. It doesn't make me a person. It just makes me human enough to know that there's nothing in life that's not going to come with a sacrifice. There's nothing in life that's not going to come with you having to exchange part of you for it. I mean, hell, don't sit there and say we don't, because everybody punches in on some type of time clock. Because in order to get what we want, they need evidence of that. Because clearly the world is not as trustworthy as we think we are. Because guess what? Ain't nobody gonna give you a $98,000 car and you clock in. Do you got a bank statement? What the fuck? So at the end of the day, when it comes to, you know, you feeling as if like you're in a situation where you feel isolated and by yourself, it's time to do a self-check. It's time to do a checkpoint. Alright, because first of all, scapegoats are ones, yeah, they may very well mind their business, but they're also looking for something that's deeper than you just paying them no mind. They looking for a weak spot. And as far as I'm concerned, if you willing to pack your bag, if you willing to say it with your own mouth and determine it with your own actions, that you stronger than you think and you stronger than you look, and you do it, you're not an scapegoat. You're someone who's trying to escape before it happens. So when you feel estranged from people, when you feel isolated, I got a hiccup. And then when you feel abandoned, just know sometimes, that's my alarm, my other alarm. Fuck. Okay, just pay it no mind. There's going to be sometimes it's going to be good to be gone first. Okay? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't help, and it doesn't pay you any good fortune going forward to stick around knowing that there's people who have a parasite mind like that. Someone who's going to put someone in front of the bullet versus their dumbass take it because they set themselves up to have that happen. No, don't be there. The moment you see it, red flag, it's the moment you say to yourself, Little Red Riding Line, and you pack your bag and you get the fuck on. That's figuratively, that's physically, because sometimes we need to separate ourselves to be able to deal with, you know what, if some shit pop off because this person doesn't understand their ways, aren't ways that people really deal with and go with the flow for you to have what you want to have happen. When shit hits the fan, you're gonna want to haul off and be estranged and you know, you're gonna want to be off on your own. You're gonna be wanting to turn them woods instead of it being a hideout. You're gonna want to turn it into your own oasis, because it's gonna come to a time where, you know what, when your reckoning come, when your havoc is coming in and it's delivered, I don't want no parts of it. Hold on, because I can't hear myself think. Did the cat keep y'all entertained? Okay. So yes, you know, it comes to a point in time where it's just like everybody shows us a sign of their wicked side, of their low vibrational side. And when that happens, guess what? We then really should take it into consideration. If this person is comfortable doing things like this, if they're comfortable with it being around me seeing it, all right? A person who don't care and don't really accept their actions, they're going to do it in front of you. They're not secretive about none of their bad deeds at all. They wear them like Olympic gold medals. They do that because, you know why? Because that's their nature. You're dealing with someone that may be a shell of a person. So take caution. And so when the people who pay no attention and no mind to rivers and lakes they ain't used to, When they see a sign of you possibly needing to be a people pleaser to gain acceptance, those are the scapegoats that they slaughter first. See, it's easy to slaughter someone who's kind, because to them they feel like, okay, inside there's something that's missing. Let me throw a little bit of my potion of narcissism in there and see what we get and come out with. And what happens is you find yourself absorbing more of the baggage someone else gives you, and you accept it and carry it on like it's your own. Absolutely not. You know how many years I've done that? You know how long it took for my little legs to get strong to actually do longer strides? Okay, when I say longer strides, it means, bitch, I change my phone number and give it to maybe only 3 people in the next 4 years. That's how you go in strides away from folks. When you doing them little choppy walks and stuff, like them little ponies and what may have you, it's easy to get clipped up. It's easy to find a moment just to nick your ankle. And the next thing you know, little rock get thrown up in there, turmoil, you bet, you name it. So I want you to pay attention to who it is you astray from, and what tries to come towards you and attach themselves to you. It's very important, because what weighs you down now is going to really factor into your end result in the future. So y'all let me know. I feel like GOAT stands for going on a trip. If you don't pay fucking attention, your emotions, your soul is going to go on a fucking trip. And it ain't a trip where you want to haul off and say you want to be on first class. So y'all let me know. And then another thing is, I'm about to go on vacation. I leave tomorrow. But I think I want to vlog about it and see how that turns out. So I've already packed my crochet bag and got my nieces their little gifts and stuff. Nilo's litter is automatic, so it takes care of itself just like his food. So I'm going to wash clothes and clean the house, and when I get ready to pack, then I'll go ahead, film a little bit. Y'all know, for some of y'all know I'm from Virginia, the 757 area, Hampton Road. So it will be great to go back home for a little bit, get grounded. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thoughts are about this video down below. I hope you all like, share, and subscribe. Let me know you were in the room. And outside of that, I will talk to y'all in a couple more hours. Bye.